This one is called Why We Should Not Call the New World Order, the so-called New World Order, the New World Order. Well, it's for the fact that the New World Order is not the New World Order. You know, everything that we're learning about this so-called New World Order, Freemasonic conspiracy, so-called Illuminati, secret society, and a whole bunch of other stuff, goes way back to that old serpent, Diablo, Satan, Yeteregeme Yehun. Therefore, we should not call the New World Order the New World Order. And the only reason why many of us call the New World Order the New World Order is because their delusion or illusions are working. I mean, think about this for a moment. The word basically teaches us that the kingdoms of this world are become the kingdoms of our Adam, of our Gita, of our Master, and of his Moshiach, his Mashiach, his Christos, his Christ. Revelation 11 and 15. But think about it for a moment. The New World Order is not New World Order. It's disorder. It's chaos. What they call it? Ordo ab chaos. You understand? So-called order out of chaos. So they're so-called creating disorder. This is why watching that Zeitgeist, part 1 at least, the whole Zeitgeist, but the part 1 of Zeitgeist about the religious so-called conspiracy, then it goes into the economic and the Masonic system, so forth and so on. You'll recognize that the New World Order is not the real and the true New World Order, but just like their so-called religions, the world religions, just like their so-called political systems, economic system, and so-called justice and liberty and freedom, it's all a fraud. It's all a fraud. It's all a counterfeit. You understand? They take the names of the good and they give the names of the good to that which is not really good according to its true nature. You see, that's the fact. So we should not call the New World Order the New World Order. You see, when your soul, when we talk about that Christ, our Adam, he comes to save souls. And then we look up the word soul, suke, psychology, your psychological state, your mental state, your soul state. He comes to save your souls, because when you come to the truth and you know the truth, you get to recognize what the lies are. So as long as people, and as long as we go on calling the so-called disorder, the chaos, the satanistic shit, you understand, the so-called Luciferian. I mean, just when you understand that, they call himself Luciferian. You understand that Lucifer, but Lucifer was his old job description before he got fired. You understand? Satan got fired from his job. He was known as Lucifer. You understand? In that particular position, he got demoted. You understand? Really fired. You understand? And demoted and dropped, and you can say laid off or whatever you want to call it. You understand? He's out of work. Then he makes up all these lies. You understand? Has his men and people spread and circulate these lies to keep you in a state of fear, a frozen psychological state. You understand? And then you begin to believe the lie. You understand? Even though you have power, even though you have the will and the sovereignty in yourself, but they want you to sell your soul, sell your psychological state, to give over your psychological state into the hand of Satan, making you think, well, they control everything, they control the world, they control this and that. Well, they control certain things. Yes, the God of this world is Satan, the God of this world system. And we know this world system did not begin 9/11. But this is why they use 9/11 to make believe, to make people believe as though it's something new, while it's the same old shit. It's the same old shit, people. Wake up. This one is called Why We Should Not Call the New World Order, the so-called New World Order, the New World Order.